We are reading Bhagwat Geeta as it is by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We are in chapter 13, text 18. He is the source of light in all luminous objects. He is beyond the darkness of matter and is unmanifested. He is knowledge, he is the object of knowledge, and he is the goal of knowledge. He is situated in everyone's heart. Let's read the purport. The Super Soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the source of light in all luminous objects like the sun, moon, and stars. In the Vedic literature, we find that in the spiritual kingdom, there is no need of sun or moon because the effulgence of the Supreme Lord is there. In the material world, that Brahma Jyoti, the Lord's spiritual effulgence is covered by the Mahat Tattva, the material elements. Therefore, in this material world, we require the assistance of sun, moon, electricity, etc. for light. But in the spiritual world, there is no need of such things. It is clearly stated in the Vedic literature that because of his luminous effulgence, everything is illuminated. Yes, it is clear, therefore, that his situation is not in the material world. He is situated in the spiritual world, which is far, far away in the spiritual sky. That is also confirmed in the Vedic literature. Aditya Varnam Tamasaha Parastat Shweta Swatara Upanishad 3.8 is just like the sun, eternally luminous, but he is far, far beyond the darkness of this material world. His knowledge is transcendental. The Vedic literature confirms that Brahman is concentrated transcendental knowledge. To one who is anxious to be transferred to that spiritual world, knowledge is given by the Supreme Lord who is situated in everyone's heart. One Vedic mantra, Shvetashvatara Upanishad 6.18 says, Tama ha devam atma buddhi prakasam mumukshur vai sharanam aham prapade. One must surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead if he at all wants liberation. As far as the goal of ultimate knowledge is concerned, it is also confirmed in Vedic literature. Tam eva viditvati mrityum eti. Only by knowing him can one surpass the boundary of birth and death. Yes. He is situated in everyone's heart as the supreme controller. The Supreme has legs and hands distributed everywhere, and this cannot be said of the individual soul. Therefore, that there are two knowers, sorry, therefore, that there are two knowers of the field of activity, the individual soul and the super soul, must be admitted. One's hands and legs are distributed locally, but Krishna's hands and legs are distributed everywhere. This is confirmed in Shvetashvara Upanishad 3.70. Sarvasya Prabhum Ishanam Sarvasya Sharanam Brat. That Supreme Personality of Godhead, Super Soul, is the Prabhu or Master of all living entities. Therefore, he is the ultimate shelter of all living entities. So there is no denying that the fact that the Supreme Super Soul and the individual soul are always different. Yes. Let's move to text 19. Thus, the field of activities, the body, knowledge, and the knowable have been summarily described by me. Only my devotees can understand this thoroughly and thus attain to my nature. Let's read the purport. The Lord has described in summary the body, knowledge, and the knowable. This knowledge is of three things: the knower, the knowable, and the process of knowing. Combined, these are called Vignan, or the science of knowledge. Perfect knowledge can be understood by the unalloyed devotees of the Lord directly. Others are unable to understand. The monists say that at the ultimate stage, these three items become one, but the devotees do not accept this. Knowledge and development of knowledge mean understanding oneself in Krishna consciousness. We are being led by material consciousness, but as soon as we transfer our consciousness to Krishna's activity and realize that Krishna is everything, then we attain real knowledge. In other words, knowledge is nothing but the preliminary stage of understanding devotional service perfectly. In the 15th chapter, this will be very clearly explained. Now, to summarize, one may understand that verses 6 and 7, beginning from Mahabhutani and continuing through Chetana Dhritti, analyze the material elements and certain manifestations of the symptoms of life. These combine to form the body or the field of activities. And verses 8 through 12 from Amanitvam through Tattva Jnanartha Darshanam describe the process of knowledge for understanding both types of knower of the field of activities, namely the soul and the supersoul. Then verses 13 through 18, beginning from Anadi Matparam and continuing through Radhi Sarvasya Vishtha Vishtinam Vishtitam. No, sorry. Vishtitam, yeah. Describe the soul and the supreme lord or the super soul. Yes. Thus three items have been described: the field of the activity, the process of understanding, and both the soul and super soul. So it is especially described here that only the unalloyed devotees of the Lord can understand these three items clearly. So for these devotees, Bhagavad Gita is fully useful. It is they who can attain the supreme goal, the nature of the supreme Lord Krishna. In other words, only devotees and not others can understand Bhagavad Gita and derive the desired result. Let's move to text 20. Material nature and the living entities should be understood to be beginningless. Yes. Their transformation and the modes of matter are products of material nature. Let's see the purport. By the knowledge given in this chapter, one can understand the body. Sorry. Let's read the purport. By the knowledge given in this chapter, one can understand the body, that is the field of activities, and the knowers of the body, that is both individual soul and the super soul. The body is the field of activity and is composed of material nature. Yes. The individual soul that is embodied and enjoying the activities of the body is the Purusha or the living entity. He is one knower and the other is super soul. Of course, it is to be understood that both super soul and individual entity are different manifestation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. The living entity is in the category of his energy, that is God's energy, and the super soul is in the category of his personal expansion. Yes. So both material nature and the living entity are eternal. That is to say that they existed before the creation. Okay. Okay. The material manifestation is from the energy of the Supreme Lord. Yes, so there were material elements, and then with material energy of the Supreme Lord, he manifested the body, right? So that's what they're trying to say. So the material manifestation is from the energy of the Supreme Lord, and so also are the living entities. But the living entities are of the superior energy. Both the living entities and material nature existed before this cosmos was manifested. Material nature was absorbed in Supreme Personality of Godhead Mahavishnu, and when it was required, it was manifested by the agency of Mahatattva. Similarly, the living entities are also in him, and because they are conditioned, they are averse to serving the Supreme Lord. Yes. Thus, they are not allowed to enter into the spiritual sky. Yes. But with the coming forth of material nature of these living entities, are again given a chance to act in the material world and prepare themselves to enter into the spiritual world. That is the mystery of this material creation. So beautiful. Actually, the living entity is originally the spiritual part and parcel of Supreme Lord. But due to his rebellious nature, that is, living entity's rebellious nature, he is conditioned within the material nature. It really does not matter how these living entities or superior entities of the Supreme Lord have come into contact with the material nature. The Supreme Personality of Godhead knows, however, how and why this actually took place. In the scriptures of Lord says that in the scriptures the Lord says that those attracted by the material nature are undergoing a hard struggle for existence. But we should know it with certainty from the description of these few verses that all transformations and influences of material nature by the three modes are also productions of material nature. All transformations and variety in respect to living entities are due to the body. As far as spirit is concerned, living entities are all the same. Yeah. This was little deep, but yeah, I think I can read it again. Let's move to text 21. Nature is said to be the cause of all material causes and effects, whereas the living entity is the cause of the various sufferings and enjoyments in this world. Yes, let's read the purport. The different manifestations